Parenting, one of the most rewarding and challenging roles in life. We often hear about the joy of raising children, but what about the silent struggles, the fatigue, the stress, the overwhelming sense of emotional burnout? For many parents, this is an unspoken reality. But why is it so hard to talk about, and what can we do to recognize and overcome this invisible burden? In this video, we'll dive deep into emotional burnout in parenting, uncovering the signs and offering ways to cope. Let's begin. When we think of parenting, we often imagine the chaotic mornings, the bedtime stories, and the overwhelming joy of seeing your child take their first steps. But what we don't see are the sleepless nights, the constant juggling of responsibilities, and the emotional weight parents carry on a daily basis. You see, emotional burnout is a real phenomenon, and it's something that many parents experience in silence. It's the feeling of being constantly drained, not just physically, but emotionally. It's a constant state of doing without enough time to be. You might feel like you're giving all of yourself to your children and family, yet you're left feeling empty, disconnected, or even resentful. So how do you know if you are experiencing emotional burnout? It's not always obvious, and it's easy to dismiss these feelings as normal parental exhaustion. But recognizing the signs early can be crucial for your mental and physical well-being. Here are a few common indicators of emotional burnout. Constant fatigue. No matter how much rest you get, you always feel tired. This isn't just physical exhaustion, it's a deeper sense of emotional depletion. Your energy feels drained, and you struggle to find motivation for the things you once enjoyed. Irritability and impatience. The smallest things start to trigger you. You might snap at your kids or your partner, even though you don't want to. This can be a sign that you're running on empty and have little emotional bandwidth left for others. Feelings of guilt and doubt. You might feel guilty for not being able to give your best to your children. Maybe you feel like you're not being the parent you want to be, or that you're failing to meet everyone's needs. This self-doubt can worsen the feeling of burnout. Loss of interest in activities. You used to enjoy things you once looked forward to, like reading, exercising, or spending time with friends, no longer seem appealing. This could be a sign that your emotional well-being is being neglected. Physical symptoms. Burnout isn't just mental, it can manifest physically. You might notice the headaches, stomach issues, or trouble sleeping. These are often the body's way of signaling that something is off. So why does emotional burnout happen? Parenting is often seen as a 24/7 job. There are no sick days, no vacation days. You're expected to be on all the time, juggling everything from school runs to meal prep, from emotional support to handling meltdowns. Add to that the constant pressure to be a perfect parent, and it's easy to see why so many people feel overwhelmed. In a world where social media often highlights perfect family moments, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others, leading to feelings of inadequacy. For many parents, emotional burnout is simply a consequence of giving so much of themselves without receiving enough in return, whether it's in the form of self-care, time for personal interests, or even support from their partners. If you recognize these signs in yourself, don't worry. You're not alone, and there are steps you can take to manage burnout and begin to rebuild your emotional reserves. Here are some strategies that can help. Ask for help. It's okay to admit that you need help. Whether it's leaning on a partner, asking a family member to watch the kids, or even hiring help, taking the load off can relieve some of that pressure. Set boundaries. It's essential to set boundaries, both with your time and with your emotions. Learn to say no to things that drain you, and don't be afraid to take time for yourself. Even 10 to 15 minutes of solitude can make a huge difference. Practice self-care. Self-care isn't just a buzzword, it's necessary for your mental health. This doesn't mean an expensive spa day, although that would be nice. It could be as simple as going for a walk, meditating, journaling, or enjoying a hot cup of tea without interruption. Communicate your needs. Talk to your partner about how you're feeling. Open communication can help create a plan to share the responsibilities more equally and give you a chance to recharge. Embrace imperfection. Remember, you don't have to be the perfect parent. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to ask for help. Perfection is a myth, and embracing imperfection can lift a huge weight off your shoulders. Parenting is hard, it's messy, it's exhausting, and it's not always as glamorous as it's made out to be. But it's also one of the